Greetings and welcome to Sunlight Refuge, where the name of the game is motivation, inspiration, and growth. Hi everyone, my name is Tracey, and if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So, happy springtime! Yay! So, as we are wrapping up Q1, first quarter of the year, I thought this would be a good time to check in on you and your progress with your goals. And I just thought it was a good time to reflect and reassess, and refine our goals as we continue to strategize, because we are ever forward looking and never backwards looking, right? So how are you guys? Like, how are your goals going, right? And remember, last month, or maybe it was the month before, we talked about SMART goals strategies, right? And that's simply just making sure that you are specific with your goals, making sure that they are measurable, making sure that they are achievable, relevant, and time bound. And let me tell you something about time bound. Like, it's so important when you are setting goals, because if you do not put a time limit on when you are going to achieve these goals or finish these goals, like, you just gonna find yourself just coasting, right? And we don't want to just coast. We want to, we want to get these goals accomplished, and really it's just making that change in life, right? Because we don't want to just see the returns, we want to see the change in the lifestyle, because it's all about exalting God and living that positive lifestyle, right? Helping humanity. And so, yeah, so that's what this video is going to be about. Just because sometimes you can find yourself not achieving them, or getting off track, or getting distracted, or even just being defeated in some things. Sometimes you can set out a goal and you put your time frame on it, and you just don't achieve it during that time frame. And guess what? That's okay. I'm in that boat. So what do you do when that happens, right? So if you are diligently working on these goals and it just doesn't pan out when you expected it to, you keep it moving. And now these first quarter goals rolls over into your second quarter goals, and you just keep it moving, right? So if that's you, like, don't feel defeated. And sometimes you can think that a thing can happen, but you just need more time, and that's okay. So staying on track, right? The biggest thing that I feel, well, one of, I should say, is just to revisit and refine your goals. Like, are your goals still aligned with your vision? And it's okay to adjust them. So, because we want them to be realistic, and we also want them to be relevant, right? So reassessing your goals is a good thing, to do, to keep this thing moving, right? So check in on your goals. Like I told you, I like to write my things down, and I just like to check my stuff. Like, the checking off the list was good for me, because it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so whatever works, for you, use that, so you can track your progress. And then you can also, like, see what else you didn't get accomplished this time that you need to keep going with. So revisit and refine those first quarter goals, right? And then break them down. We have a lot of stuff. It's never just like one thing that we're trying to do, because we're a whole, we have so many slices of the U pie, right? And we're trying to, or we're wanting to, and we're going to achieve all of these goals. So you have to, like, break these things down into little mini goals, right? So you don't want to get overwhelmed with, oh my God, I got so much stuff to do. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, me bruh, I have so much stuff to do. And it's a lot of the way, not the way that I was raised, but the how society influenced my life and how this world is structured, and a lot of the stuff was wrong. So I'm finding myself like, bro, I'm 40 years old and half of this stuff was just wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you ever just feel like you just been duped by life? Like, I feel I have to like retrain myself in like a lot of areas. Even like when it comes down to like relationships. Like, just think about that. Like, were we really taught how to approach relationships? And the more that I'm looking into it, I'm like, no. Like, it was almost designed to like fail. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a lot of stuff. It's just like retraining. Like, I just have to like retrain myself. And but the beautiful thing about that, I tell my children all the time, it's like, okay, so I wasn't given all the right information, but you are getting the right information, right? So you don't have to go through a lot of the things that we went through as a generation, right? So I encourage them, and I do my best to empower them to say like, you get to jump over a lot of the unnecessary fluff, and you can become your best self a lot earlier, because you don't have to like retrain yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a beautiful thing to watch, with your children. And just seeing them grow into themselves, and the things that they're interested in, and the gifts that they came to this world with, and things of that nature. So I find my peace in it all. I'm okay to have dealt with the nonsense, and have to retrain and teach them, the right way and stuff like that. So um if you find yourself like in the same boat that I'm in, like, we gonna be all right. How does someone say, we gonna be all right? Like, we gonna be good. um because we got God, right? Like, so it's all good. But yeah, so break down your goals and turning them into small, manageable goals. Because that's important. You don't want to feel like you're being overwhelmed, because it can get a bit overwhelming. And so when you break them down, and let's just say that you did get a little off course, or you still working on those goals, just look at one action that you can take. Like, what's one action that you can take this week, today, right? Like, what's one thing that you can take today to get you back on track. Because I'll tell you one thing, once you start doing it, um and then you kind of stop, it's something inside you is going to be like, hey, we need to get back to doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because your body, your mind, even your spirit, is going to be so used to doing this thing that it becomes part of your routines. So that's always very important, to create good quality and positive, routines that's going to help you and elevate you. You know what I'm saying? Because what you do on a daily basis becomes you. So, you know, um, and assess progress and roadblocks. So what's working and what's not. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta always revisit our goals and see, what are these roadblocks that are, hindering us from achieving, these goals or whatever. And it can be something as small as like making up your bed every day, right? And so when you put these things in place to say, okay, when I get out of the bed, and I go do my bathroom routine. After my bathroom routine is when I make my bed up. And because that becomes the routine. You get up, you give thanks, you do your bathroom routine, you make your bed. You continue on. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, you know, um, getting up, getting on your phone, um, then doing your routine. Next thing you know, you got to do the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So when you recognize, oh, I'm spending time on my phone and that's eating into my this time before I have to get ready for my that time, and then you see these things. So this isn't working. Having my phone out, you know, before I do this is taking away my time, and it's causing, you know, my goal to be delayed, right? So it's just recognizing these habits and patterns, and then once you recognize it, replace it with a good positive, you know, habit, and then continue to do that, right? So understanding what's working and what's not, and identifying the challenges so you can adjust your approach to overcome them, right? So you got to be self-aware. You got to be aware of yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be honest with how you living, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a good or bad thing, it's just a truth thing, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't get better if you don't know what you need to get better in, or deny that, you know, you have anything to get better on, you know what I'm saying? So it's just all part of it. Like, don't look at it as anything else but this is part of, you know, me elevating and achieving my goals, right? So, oh, prioritize and plan. So, you have to really focus on the high impact tasks that brings real results, and avoid getting lost in the busy work, right? You got to have that focus on it, cuz it's a lot of distractions and things out there, but you got to stay focused on what you trying to do, right? So that's a good one too, prioritizing and planning so you can take on these things, so you can get the results and the lifestyle that you really are seeking. Because people who are making goals, you know what I'm saying, like they're really trying to better themselves, and that's really a positive thing, because we need you to be your best self. You know what I'm saying? You need me to be my best self. We need each other to be our best selves, right? So that's all part of the process. And then stay accountable. It's okay to seek support. Having that accountability person is really helpful. You being your own accountability person is really helpful. You know what I'm saying? So, whichever way you choose to get that support and accountability, it's just going to increase your success. So, you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. Community is really like your support system. So rely on them. Identify who these people are, you know what I'm saying, and use that, because you want to elevate yourself, you know what I'm saying. And we don't all have the answers on our own, but when we have a couple more brains to brainstorm with, you know what I'm saying, we can get a lot further. So yeah, and so that's basically it, right? And so as I'm going through these things to keep us on track, um i I came up with a bonus one, right? And it's just simply giving yourself grace. Like, we got to give ourselves grace. Like, we got a lot of stuff, you know, going on. We got a lot of things that we're overcoming. We got a lot of things that we are learning. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to give yourself grace. And that's so important throughout the process, because growth isn't, you know, it isn't a straight path. You know what I'm saying? And this journey is, you know, it's ever going, right? The journey never stops. So it's going to be some bumps along the way, and it's going to be some setbacks along the way. It's going to be some curves, you know what I'm saying? But it's also going to be a lot of breakthroughs, and that's what we are, you know, what we are focusing on. So if you find yourself, you know, um not achieving it by the time frame that you wanted to, and not getting the results in the time frame that you want to, that's okay. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself that grace. You know what I mean? And talk to yourself. Just like I'm talking to you now, you got to talk to yourself like that too. You got to talk nice. I tell my children all the time, talk nice to yourself. Talk nice to yourself. Because this is what you are sending out, who you are. And this is what you are internalizing, who you are. So if you make a mistake or if you get it wrong, that's part of life. You know what I'm saying? So give yourself grace and talk to yourself nicely. You know? Um, and giving yourself grace really means it's just acknowledging the process takes time and that mistakes are a part of the process, right? And just allowing yourself grace within your growth. Ooh, I like that, grace within your growth, right? You got to have grace within your growth, right? It prevents burnouts. You know what I'm saying? People just going. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. And then, you know what I'm saying? And you can get burnt out that way. I'm telling y'all talking to a true Virgo here. Like, that was one of the things that I would do. I would just go, like, because I look at the end result. You know what I'm saying? And I can put in so much time and push it to the limit, you know what I'm saying, to get things achieved that I want to get things achieved. But then I had to slow down on that, you know what I'm saying? And I had to give myself grace. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, this is a journey that we are all going through. Like, I talk about it because I be about it and I'm living that stuff too, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I had to give myself grace and just understand, like, look, chill out, like, you got time. And me and my friend always talk about, like, patience being like this big word that keeps popping up in our lives, you know what I'm saying? And it's so true. Like, it's not going nowhere. You all right, slow down, take your time, you know what I'm saying? And then when you have your moment, it will be beautiful, it will be great, it will be right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, give yourself grace, have patience with yourself. um and then also, when you accept setbacks and lessons as lessons, like, accept your setbacks as lessons and not failures, right? Because these aren't failures, these are part of the process. You are going to, you know what I'm saying, like, these are the things that's going to be expected. It's not to say that you aren't on the right track or you aren't worthy of or you can't do it. It's just, it's part of it. Like, sometimes it's going to take a little bit longer to get these things done, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a failure. You know what I'm saying? It's not a failure. And you got to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that, you know what I'm saying? I'm all right. I'm doing good. This is why I'm going to continue to work on it. All right? That's how you get that resilience. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just know that you're always evolving. So don't look for perfection as the goal. Look for the progress, right? Progress is what we're looking for, not perfection. You want it to be the best. You know what I'm saying? You want to give your best, but you're not looking for perfection, right? And who defines perfection? Who's to say this is perfect? I mean, I guess if it's not you, then it really shouldn't matter. But we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress, steady progress and growth. So look at that. When you may not have achieved your goal, but has your lifestyle changed though? Have your routines changed though? Have your mindset changed though? You know what I'm saying? It's not all about results driven. It's the whole. You know what I'm saying? So use these things as how you measure your success throughout the process as well, right? and and give yourself a pat on the back, right? And be proud of yourself and and just to have that confidence, in yourself, right? You can go out there and you may be the last one, but hey, I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving it my best. I'm doing my best. I'm giving it my all, right? And so that's going to be like, you're going to be like, yeah, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it comes from people. You be like, I am doing all right, huh? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it comes from yourself, And either way, it's something that you gotta bask in, right? You gotta bask in that because you have the confidence to get out there and do it. Like that's what separates the go-getters from the sitters. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about speed. It's about consistency. You know what I'm saying? And being kind to yourself along the way, right? Because it's a lifelong journey. So yeah. So just keep this in mind that you are doing better than you think. And give yourself grace to keep going and trust the process. Trust the universe. Trust yourself. So I hope your goals are going well. I hope you're feeling well. Enjoy the springtime. Get outside. Take them shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Walk around. Drink your smoothie or something under the cool breeze. You know what I'm saying? Like quit being out inside the house with your phones and your electronics and stuff. Like now's the time to get outside. You know what I'm saying? Go on your walk. You know what I'm saying? Even if you work, you know what I'm saying? You get a break. On your break, go on a walk. You'll be amazed by how much fresh air and hearing the birds and nature and you know what I'm saying? And the nice breezes and like this is the time. Like springtime is like that reset, right? I feel like it's that reset time. You getting off that winter that winter vibe, winter gotta do what winter gotta do. But we some people, you know what I'm saying? And we like to be outside. So get outside, enjoy the fresh air, you know what I'm saying? Even when you go out to eat, and sit on the patio. You know what I'm saying? Go outside. Get you some of that sunshine. All right, well, that's my time, y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in and keep going. You got this. Until the next time, bye.